Skill D. Matching words and categories. 1. Campus life.
Hey, Jill, you're looking down. What's wrong?
Hey, Mike. Man, my whole academic career is in jeopardy. I don't know what to do anymore about my studies.
What do you mean? I thought you were skating through your classes and enjoying it.
That's the disheartening part. I was really enjoying my classes. I really thought social work was the vocation for me, and that I had an aptitude for it.
So, what went wrong?
I just got my statement of grades back from last semester. I got a C- in one of my core classes. That means I can't take the next level. I don't know what to do.
How did you do in your other classes?
Fine, mostly A's and B's. I don't know how I ended up with a C-.
What do you mean? You didn't expect that grade?
No way. I had been doing quite well up until the final exam and term paper. In fact, it had been my best class.
Do you know the grade you earned on your exam and paper?
No, but I must have bombed them to drop my grade down to a C-.
Well, how did you feel about them? I mean, did you work hard on the paper? Did you find the exam really tough?
I worked really hard on that paper. Man, I did tons of research on it. But I guess I didn't write it that well. The exam was tough, but I didn't think I'd done so badly afterwards. I don't want to have to take that class again.
Well, retaking that class is one option if you really want to continue with social work, but there are other options. Have you spoken to your professor about your grade yet?
No, do you think she'll be willing to change it?
Well, first you make sure your grade isn't a mistake. I mean, if you were doing so well and you felt your paper and exam went well, it could just be a simple mathematical slip by the prof. I mean, they do have a ton of work to do with their own research and then grading exams and term papers and adding them up and entering them into the university computer system. I'm sure they make mistakes all the time. In fact, that very thing happened to a friend of mine last year.
I hadn't thought of that. I just assumed that I screwed up.
Another thing you can do is ask the professor to reevaluate your paper if it did indeed receive a low grade. You said you worked hard on it, and if you really want to continue with your studies, the prof might give you a break on it.
Good idea. I hadn't thought of that either.
As a last resort, you could appeal the grade with the department head, but you have to be really sure the professor has intentionally given you a lower grade than you deserve.
Wow, I don't think that'll be necessary, but I'm definitely going to see my professor and ask her some questions about my grade. Thanks for the advice.
No problem. Good luck.
Number 1. Is each of these courses of action discussed in the dialogue? Mark the correct box. Number 2. What does the man advise the woman to do? Number 3. What is the discussion mainly about? Number 4. What does the man mean when he says this?
What do you mean? I thought you were skating through your classes and enjoying it.